they would constantly tell us in and out of the towns we would drive through that we must move quickly through this town because tensions are rising between the Sunnis and Shiites and the Americans occupying their cities. So that's when it started to unfold. And in the Sunni triangle, which we were in and out of, that was the hotbed. The other parts of Iraq were not as bad. I mean, there were other parts of Iraq were extremely open to Americans, and there wasn't any belligerence with them at that time. And it started to change, though. As soon as we left, we noticed that the insurgency was starting to grow. Words were that Americans were being killed. There were more bombings on the sides of the roads, especially near the convoys, and so that's what started to make everybody tense about the time we were leaving. I felt unsafe in a certain couple situations, and those situations were when we were with the troops, because that was the time that we had to put on body armor, because we knew that they were the targets, and if we were in a convoy with American troops, we would be the targets also. So that's when I would feel, a little scared about being in that situation. The night before we left, we were coming back from Kirkuk to Baghdad, and we had one extra day to spend in Baghdad. The hotel that we had been staying at, as soon as we arrived in the hotel, the lobby was full of American troops. And we asked what was going on, and they said there's terrorists all throughout Baghdad planting bombs in all the hotels. And everyone turned to each other and said, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. And knowing that this hotel is one of the targets. But eventually everybody did. But on the road the next day, we came to a stop on the highway heading back to Amman, Jordan on our way out. The convoy that was in front of us came to a stop. Our driver, who was driving behind that, started to believe that we were going to be under fire. And as soon as we stopped, American troops jumped out, took up a position, and started firing on a group of insurgents that were across the road. Our driver turned around and decided to drive through Fallujah, and thinking that was a better way to get around this, which it was, but knowing now that Fallujah was the hotbed, we were just amazed that we got out of Fallujah alive. So.